Hello guys, you can clearly see I'm on the road right now, traveling and stuff, and I thought this would be a good time to talk about another Fairy Time special, and we're talking about Uncle Grandpa today. I've been wanting to do this for a while because I know people have mixed feelings of the show as a whole, but I really like this show for the most part, and I thought today I can do some theories about it, and hopefully you guys can enjoy that because there's a lot of interesting things about Uncle Grandpa and Steven Universe, which you'll see later on in the video, that I think you guys will really enjoy. Now, if you excuse me, I have to get going because I don't want to crash. He appears child-friendly with his wacky bunch of friends, yet he gleefully admits to enjoying things like blowing up the world, and doesn't seem to feel bad when he basically ruins a kid's day before fixing it in a bizarre way. He's virtually omnipotent and is the Uncle Grandpa of everyone on Earth, much like God is known as the Father. Also a shrug of God implied that all the idiotic mistakes he makes may actually be going exactly according to his plan, much like how religious people in real life often explain horrible things as of being part of God's perfect plan. Hey, it makes sense. His RV is bigger on the inside, and he does claim to be the oldest person in it, which would mean he's been around for over 1 billion years. On top of that, he travels with a group of companions, and his RV has a London-style phone booth inside it. In universe, he may have actually met the Doctor, and keeps that booth as a reminder of one of his few surviving brethren. He just forgot the color, being that he's, well, Uncle Grandpa. I mean, come on, who else could he be? Some kid was born in Lumley one day and imagined himself up a playmate who could take him on wild and fun adventures in the magical RV that was parked in the driveway of his home. As for how Uncle Gene came to life, well, maybe the kid just made him that powerful. This is supported by Afraid of the Dark, when Uncle Grandpa refers to the monsters attacking him as his imagination.
I hate my imagination!
I hate my imagination too.
Thing is, Barely is just really good at masking his sadistic nature. He's like a weird mix of affably evil and fake affably evil. That is his real personality there. And he's a pretty cute little guy overall. But the fact that he remains so calm and seems to still enjoy himself, even as Hot Dog Person gets hurt or dies, is just disturbing. In the nightmare face Barry Nice makes in Pao seems to suggest he might be torturing Hot Dog Person on purpose, which makes this theory valid.
Get in there. Time to get clean.
So recently, I've been getting back into Cartoon Network and watching shows like Regular Show and The Amazing World Gumball. Now, I have seen Uncle Grandpa before, but usually the TV was background noise for me, so I didn't really pay much attention to it. But when I did, it kind of freaked me out. Have you ever seen those redneck memes, where they say things like Sister Mom or Uncle Daddy? I unfortunately got reminded of those as I watched Uncle Grandpa. To me, Uncle Grandpa screamed incest. Aside from the name itself, his overly dopey and childlike behavior also bothered me, considering he's also supposed to be an adult figure in the show. To me, this show portrays a mentally disabled man born out of incest that causes him to behave and appear childish and allows him to connect to children more than anything and help them. Let me explain a little further. Incest can cause an increase in physical birth defects, like his abnormal head shape, and mental disabilities, which is his dopey attitude towards everything and his childlike behavior. Throughout the series, Uncle Grandpa helps children with the problems, showing obvious connections to each and every child and why teenagers seem to dislike him or use him. This may be because he acts like a child himself, and so the children feel comfortable around him, and teenagers tend to be cold and mean. Now you might be wondering about the other characters, such as Giant Realistic Flying Tiger, Mr. Gus, and Pizza Steve. I believe that Giant Realistic Flying Tiger is Uncle Grandpa's younger sister, Mr. Gus is Uncle Grandpa's father, and Pizza Steve is the youngest brother of the trio. I say this because Uncle Grandpa doesn't really understand Giant Realistic Flying Tiger or her habits, which would explain why she simply roars instead of actually speaking. Uncle Grandpa can't understand her, so to him it's all just pointless roaring. Mr. Gus is constantly the bore of the group, usually doubting the things they say. Like in the episode Treasure Map, Mr. Gus completely disregards Uncle Grandpa's and Pizza Steve's adventure for the treasure.
You gotta be kidding me.
Pizza Steve is the cool younger brother that Uncle Grandpa idolizes. In the show, Uncle Grandpa constantly believes Pizza Steve's made up adventures and shenanigans, even though the rest of the group knows that they are false. This also highlights Uncle Grandpa's childlike naivety, further supporting my theory. Although on the surface, this show appears to be fun and bubbly, this isn't all it really is. Note first that he is a long-lost relative of Steven's. Even if the events in this episode aren't canon, just hear me out. Steven is half human, half gem, but Uncle Grandpa seems to be supernatural. His powers are beyond most crystal gems, and this is shown by their utter disbelief of his powers, along with their reasonable judgment of him being dangerous. The next clue is found in a Season 2 episode of Uncle Grandpa. In episode 36, Guest Directed Shorts, Uncle Grandpa is seen traveling through time. He is taking part in a bootstrap paradox, and the alien who gave him the time machine has no set destination or place in time. And we later find out the alien is actually Uncle Grandpa. In the scene where we see him before the skinless alien, look closely at his head. After he is skinned and his brain is destroyed, a crystal can be seen. It looks closest to diamond, but could really be anything. The next clue is the allusions to many past episodes of both Uncle Grandpa and Steven Universe, like Garnett's Universe, Future Vision, Ocean Gem, Gem Glow, Laser Like Cannon, and the song Steven's Shield is played. Note that Garnet wears a pre-regeneration outfit, meaning that this episode possibly takes place pre-regeneration. These allusions to other episodes further the evidence that this episode could very well be canon. Another clue in Say Uncle is the ending. Uncle Grandpa is shown to have a list of other Cartoon Network characters, likely a list of individuals he has aided in the past. These includes Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls, Dexter and Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory, Mac from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Billy and Mandy from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Jupiter Lee from The Life and Times of Jupiter Lee, SWAT Cats, Flapjack from The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, Finn from Adventure Time, Ed and Eddie from Ed and Eddie, and Clarence from Clarence. If he has truly visited all these different universes, what is there to prove this episode isn't canon?